Hi, in this video I'm showing you how to create your own custom data type in Excel. So what is a data type? Think of it as a small table or a small database all in one cell. So for example, we already have some data types that are available in Excel and in Office 365, I believe in the latest versions, iteration of it, you might get more depending on when this video is viewed. There are already two types of stocks or geography. I'll go with the geography data type. We have, let's say for example, we've got these list of country names. I can select them, click on the geography data type here command. It's going to turn them into a linked data type. You see these icons here? That means within the cell is an explosion of data that you can get. So if I clicked on that little icon, you can see that it pops up here and we've got all sorts of information. We've got the capital, we've got the leadership, population, area, abbreviation, and in India, we can see the same thing happen. If we click on that, we have all these other things and that are available to us, right? If we click to add a field, we can actually add the field here. This is all the information that I went earlier. I can actually add it within here because it's probably a better view here. You get the pictures and you get to see what you want to add. So when you hover over it, let's say do population, you want to add this, it's going to add that extra column there. Double click that to add that there. Or you can just click on this and let's find population. Let's find population down here and it will add that on there. Double click that. And I added that one twice, but let's say, you've got all this other information here you want to add. Maybe I want to add the capital there and I can add that there. Well, this is what Microsoft provides for you, but we can do this and create our own custom data types, our own little mini database or little structured table within a cell. I'll show you how to do that. So we're back in here and I need to create maybe a data type out of this table. And I only want to have one cell represent this whole table of information. So here I have this table. I'm going to bring it into Power Query, go to data up here from table and range, and this will pull it into the Power Query editor. What is the data? Where's the data for your table? It's going to automatically select or guess the data range is A1 to H101. My table does have headers, so it's going to include those first row as headers. Click OK. And this is going to pull it into the Power Query editor. And here, this is where I can create the data type. So which field do I want to use? Maybe I want to use the email field, but I don't want to use the email field per se with the @ symbol. I want to turn that maybe into another field. Let's just duplicate this and get rid of the @ symbol. And we'll split it by the @ right click. And I will split column by delimiter. And I'll split it by the @ sorry, anything that has a @ split that, and I'll just remove, it just removes that @ so I'll delete this and keep this one. So this is going to be my field that I want to use. This will be the field that I want that will encapsulate all the rest of these other columns. Press return, and what I need to do, I have this one selected, go under transform, and right here where it says structure column, we're going to create that data type. Now I can just select this one, go under create data type, and here this is where we'll do it. Now since I only had that selected, and if I kept that basic, it would just create the data type for just that column. No, I don't want that. So I want advanced. What is my data type name? Actually, I can probably have just called this email ID too, so that's fine. And the information I want to pull over, I want to pull over the employee ID, first name, last name. Actually, let's see if I can press the shift key and select all of this and click add. Yep, and it did that. So that makes it much quicker. Click OK. And now it's going to pull all that into one column. And you can see that icons changed there. And it also gave it a 0.1 name. so I probably didn't really need to change that name. I could have changed it earlier. And I'll call this one, instead of table 1, I'll just make it consistent email dash ID. Let's just give it a little bit of a difference there. Press enter. And if I click in one of these empty cells here, it will tell me the information for that particular ID. You can see that it's pulled in the email ID, it's got the employee ID, every one of those columns, it's going to pull those in there, right? And all I need to do now is click home, click close and load. It's going to pull it into my worksheet, and I've got my one cell that is basically a small table or small database of that. The neat thing about this is that you can actually, like I did earlier with the geography, you can click on that icon and it will show you all the information for that specific value. So let's say I just wanted to pull out the first name. I can click on that cell, it pulls out the first name. And if I didn't want to do it that way, I can actually do it this way also, and then pull out the last name here, right? And that pulls that one out. Or if I wanted to click on the cell here, I can also pull out a field there. I knew there's a gender field there. Press enter, and that's there. Or I can just type in equal, click on the field where I have my value for that, and it gives me that particular structured syntax for it. And that is the data type, the column field here. Put a dot there, and after I put a dot there, it will give me the list of fields where I can add there. Maybe I want to add now the skill. Let's add the skill, the first skill. Press enter, and now we've got the skill. Unfortunately, what it doesn't do is add that title there. So that's one thing. But we can call this one. Maybe I'll call this one key skill. Key skill. And so basically, what we have now is our custom data type. So aside from trying to collapse like a lot of columns of data into one, and you can just give this to your audience where they can just, and instruct them to click on that icon. The use case I can think about this is if you use Power Query and you link this table somewhere off into the network. Maybe this is a larger table, multi-column table, and you pull that in somewhere else, and you send like your stakeholders just an Excel sheet with one column where they can expand this card and show all the different other fields that you can add to it. Now I can see where that kind of saves space, and it kind of saves a lot of the other information from a file where they can just kind of look at it. And it also gives you the ability to use that other sheet wherever it is on the network and update it. And they don't have to have that particular sheet. They can just have this sheet, run Power Query to update the information. Your small little table can get bigger and bigger. So I see that is probably one particularly useful case for it, where you just want to send it to your stakeholders, and you just want to have them have one field to explode that field out, and that will be your custom data type field. So I hope Microsoft adds a lot more features to this particular data type, and maybe give us some insight into what else we can do with these custom data types. So there's your quick overview of a custom data type that you can create in Excel using Power Query. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.